are, another episode of Dark Matters on the Road, and we are literally surrounded by seals this morning.
And crabs and herons.
Oh yeah, we got
the National Geographic edition of Dark Matters today.
Oh, good morning, Seth. How are you?
Not too bad, Dave. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I want to talk about something that happened to me last night, and it kind of irked me a little bit. And I thought, you know what? I just wanted. This is not about cold immersion therapy or being out in nature or, you know, facing your fears or embracing the misery. I saw a house for sale, and I've been looking for a house for a couple of years. And a couple of years ago, I went up to my bank and I said, "Hey, I want to buy another house." And they're like, "Yeah, no problem. You're good to go." So it was a couple of years ago. Interest rates were a little bit lower. You know, things were a little less crazy, and I got a realtor. She was really great. We went around to a lot of places, but she's out of town. She's out of town this week, so she set me up with a new realtor who gave me the number and everything. And she says, "Okay, great. Let's what's your schedule like tomorrow?" And I said, "Well, you know what? I'm actually wide open tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow." Found this beautiful log cabin, acre and a half things Gowland Hog Park, and it's exactly what I want. It's a house that'll never be changed. The scenery will never change, because on one side I'm looking at Gowland Todd, and the other side across the arm, the inlet, I'm looking at Gold Street. So that's the kind of thing that'll be there forever. And I was like, oh, this is my dream home. This is what I've been looking for forever. So my realtor's out of town. She says, "Well, this is a woman. She can work on my behalf. She's great. You love her. So I'll give you her number. Set up." So she calls me up. She says, "Okay, sounds great. What's your time?" I said, "Oh." She goes, "Okay, so needs a driver's license." I'm like, "Okay, that's weird, because I've got a really good relationship with my realtor. You know, that you need my ID." Okay. And she goes, "And I need to know what you're pre-approved for." I'm like, "Oh, I'm not really pre-approved for anything." "Oh, well, then I'm not going to waste my time showing you a house if you're not pre-approved." And I was like, "What?" She goes, "Well, go get pre-approval, and then we'll talk." I was like, "Oh, okay." I was insulted. I was really insulted, and because I've been in sales. Like, I was in sales when I was really young, and I was always told to never judge anybody. Anyone could be a big sale. But now everyone's talking about only talking to qualified prospects, right? So I was incensed. I was like, "How dare you? Do you know who I am?" Like, it was one of those things. It was really hard for me to. Oh, there he is, right there. Hey, buddy. It was hard for me to get my head around, because I was always taught in sales, you know, never judge a book by its cover. You never know who your next billionaire is going to walk in and buy something from you. Really? And I could not. Don't make a sale, make a customer, is what it was one of the things I heard. And so I was pretty upset. So I went to my gal, and she was like, "Well, maybe this was going on, and maybe this was going on." I said, "Okay." And I'm more mad. Okay, I get it. You know, you're right. Maybe all these things are going on. Or maybe you could just say, "What a bitch," and be on my side. Be on Team Dave. And I find sometimes in our world, two things. Too many people don't want to put the effort in, and you know, maybe spend a couple hours doing something that doesn't become profitable, which I think is hilarious, because
You have to wonder how many times she's done that now and lost out on probables.
But a lot of people today, I see this on a lot of videos, like, only deal with qualified customers, qualify your customers, and all this stuff. And I understand that. I understand that time is money and stuff. But when I was getting the magic, the only way I could get good exercise and good practice being a magician was doing stuff for free. And so I'm a huge proponent for doing stuff for free. Get out there. If you're going to be a mechanic, work on your buddy's car. If you're going to be a pilot, my God, you have to volunteer.
There's like 5 feet behind you.
It's going to be on the video.
Yeah. Well, you didn't look back. You just looked an hour, so you didn't even see us.
So I was just in like, what's happened? Like, I think there's been a shift in the zeitgeist that it's not the way I expected life to be when I became a grown-up. I didn't expect adults to lie. That was one thing that blew my mind when I found out that adults lied for no reason, like just so they didn't embarrass themselves. They'd lie. I thought, well, I didn't think grown-ups did that. And this kind of thing, like I was shocked. Like, isn't that the whole thing? Like, sales is you work and you get that. I don't know. It just really bothered me.
Right.
But then to have someone go, well, maybe you got to see it from their perspective. Like, you know what? I get that part. But how about for just a minute, we stand on Team Dave and we go, that bitch.
As you can see, I'm in my misery. Be with me. Join
yes, there you go. Join me. And together we can rule the galaxy. So
that's what I always felt like when people died. You know, like when my parents passed away, people would come up and be like, oh, you know what? They're looking down at you, you know what? And like they're still there in spirit. And I wanted to, like, the people that I loved the most are the ones that come up and just said, dude, that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Like, just blunt.
Yeah.
Like,
and I think
that was more what I was looking for at that time.
what you're talking about with the whole let's give them a reason to be okay with the bad situation.
Yeah, it's okay to be upset.
You know, sometimes you just have to
have emotion.
Yeah.
Work through it. That's part of the whole game.
I was at a funeral.
Miserable.
I can't remember what funeral it was. I can't remember who it was, but I just remember the priest. He was saying to me, he said to everyone, he says, in these days, in these times, we don't know what to say to people. It's okay to say, I don't know what to say. You don't have to try and fill in the gaps and the uncomfortable moments with, it's going to be all right, or they're in a better place, or anything like that. Because sometimes it's like, fuck, I miss them. They're gone. and fuck this, and fuck you. Oh, I shouldn't swear so much. We've agreed one swear word per episode. But sometimes it's just like, hey, join me in my misery, understand I'm upset, and don't try to make it better. Just you know, let's do that. If it becomes a problem and it's 7 weeks from now and I'm still, you know, 3/4 into the bourbon, into the bottle, maybe then you can start saying something like that.
The sunshine.
Yeah, my toenails are growing too long
out of my socks. Yeah,
maybe then. Yeah. So today we're at Witty's Lagoon, Tower Point. It is a beautiful sunrise, and this is one of the things. I mean, we talk about embracing the misery, but brother, I'm having a tough time being miserable right now. I really am having a tough time.
I've counted 4 seals now, independents around us.
Yeah, and we're even out further from the shore because it's so shallow today, and they're going between us and the shore.
Probably about a dozen there on the right side.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Easily a dozen heron at the beach there, and wow, the crab population this morning. They came out to play.
Got the boats in the horizon. Like, it is a gorgeous Victorian day.
It really is. It is tough to be miserable. There's another buddy out there. And it's funny because as I was getting out of bed, in my beautiful warm bed this morning, I asked Gabby, was like, I want to come with you. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's great. She goes, do you want me to come? I'm like, yes, I want you to come. And she stopped for a second and said, but you know what? It's beautiful. It's warm in bed. If you want to stay in bed, that's okay. You know, I appreciate you getting up. And she says, well, I want to stay in bed, but I also want to go with you. Like, well, make a choice.
We'll live stream it.
Yeah. But one thing is we started this adventure embracing the misery, embracing the darkness.
It's November.
And the funny thing is that we're here and all this wildlife and all this nature, and it's breathtaking. It's absolutely breathtaking.
Yeah.
And this is what 8 months, 7 months of doing this.
I still think back to that, like, November 2nd, and we stumbled down Rocky or into Royal Bay Beach there, stumbled over the rocks and got into the water, and it was 45 seconds that we were in there. And it was dark, it was cold, it was everything that you hated.
Everything. Don't forget the sea monsters.
The sea monsters were everywhere, and now it's like, I feel like we've earned this.
You know what? Yeah,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
Like, the views, the moment, like, this is our present right now, is what we've earned.
We have earned this. We
7 months.
Really worked hard to get here.
Look at the mountains today, like, just boom.
yeah. And again, I mean, the seals, there's so many of them this morning popping out. Oh, this is amazing. Yeah, so this is what you get when you embrace the misery. And
Just getting up early.
just getting up early, yeah, on a Sunday morning. Everyone else is still sleeping.
Got up at 6 o'clock and came and like sat on that point right there. That would be a stunning morning.
Oh,
Bring your coffee in a blast.
yeah.
Like, it'd be awesome.
Dude, he's right behind me. He's freaking me out.
Call him in.
Yeah. Dude,
I'll bring some little tuna next time.
now, please don't chum the waters. But yes, you know what? This is what it's all about. And today, you know, it's funny, you know, we're walking through the water and we're literally stepping over these gigantic Dungeness and red rock crabs and all the things that would freak me out before. You know, I mean, like this guy's right behind me, and we got sea monsters all around us, and I'm actually like really just loving this moment. Anyways, folks, thanks for watching, and we're gonna be at the lagoons. Sorry, the Esquimalt Lagoon at 5:30 in the morning on Wednesdays. We're always there.
Next Sunday will be someplace different.
And Sunday's gonna be someplace different. But if you want to join us and hook up and start being part of the Embrace the Misery campaign, we'll start Wednesdays 5:30 at the Esquimalt Lagoon. And yeah, if you like what you're seeing here, hit the like button, subscribe. It's always nice, and share it with your friends.
And get in the fucking water.